Okay, second try. Hello. I look a bit weird. Hi, I'm Turtle. Welcome back. Fourth episode, my week. Hell yeah, it's been a month. Crazy. So, I look a bit weird right now. We're gonna ignore that. Can I turn this TV on? No, I can't, apparently. But you know how we do this. We're gonna talk about my week. And we're gonna go in detail. Wow. Um, then we'll have a rant at the end because that's a thing we do. So we're just gonna get right into it. So this week it's been my half-term break from college. I needed it because holy fuck, college was beating my ass. Uh, Dotty. Uh, but Monday, boring. It's so boring. I had a headache and I did nothing at all. Just a very boring day. That was that. Tuesday, I did nothing really until the night because I went to a Halloween party. My friend Ruby, she had a party and pretty much I got to her house. In India, opened the door to me. She was already in costume because it was costume. It was themed after Alice in Wonderland, but the Tim Burton version. But in India was Tweedledum. No, Tweedledee, I think. I think it doesn't really matter. I don't think. But she had a ball cap on, and it was so fucking funny because I got to the house and I just saw it, and it's oh, not as in like oh, horrendous. Get it away from me. It was like oh, I'm I'm gonna laugh. Yeah, so that was that. And then I went in and I spoke to them all. I spoke to Ruby and Georgia, and that was that was fun. And Ruby, Georgia, Grace, they went upstairs, and me and India were left downstairs to make stuff out of ribbon. So we landed on the idea of tying bows and putting it on the chairs or anything. So we tried to do that. It didn't really work. We followed tutorials in slow motion on how to tie a bow. Um, for like half an hour. Didn't work. We tied one, and that was India. But we kept failing. It was awful. Uh, but it was really funny. And then everyone came back down. And Ruby then painted my face because I was the caterpillar. Woohoo! Yay! It was interesting. I was very blue, but I really liked it. It was funny, and India took some photos of me. Uh, like there's one where I'm just staring, and like the shadow in like the art of the doorway is crazy. It's kind of scary. And then there's like a photo where I'm posing, and then she took another photo whilst I was like laughing, and like I thought that would be a funny picture, but then I went and looked at it afterwards, and it's such a bad picture of me. I don't like how it looks. I really don't like how it looks. Like it's me like fully actually just smiling and laughing, and I just got clipped mid like laugh. But like I'm a very like weird laugher. Like when I find something funny, I'll like ah ha ha ha, like not like that, but like actual like like that, but like I was like fully eyes closed. I don't know. Um, but looking at the picture, I don't like it. Not a big fan. So that was nowhere to be found on my phone. I got rid of that. But that was fun. And then Soph and Layla, they got to the house and we decided to just start. So we started playing a game where we all got into two teams and we would go in turns. Uh, Someone from a team would have to describe a word to their team, and the team would have to guess what word it was. Uh, yeah, I had to have the rules explained to me about 5 times because I was not following. Uh, it wasn't that good. And in that time, Kim, the final person we needed, came and she was on our team. I was on a team with India, Sophie, and Kim. So we did pretty okay. I think we got like 7 in total. And we had a break to have drinks and stuff. But we had to stop the game because I accidentally kicked down the cards, which I felt so bad about. It was really not a good moment. I feel like everyone was mad at me for it, and I felt really bad. And I just kind of kneeled there, picking them all up and getting them all because I didn't know what else to do. So I was just kind of there, picking them up, whilst everyone was stood up. Like, are we gonna carry on, or what's going on? Yeah, well, Riley decided to kick the cards down. It was not by choice. Ah, I still feel really bad about it. But yeah, that happened. And then we had Ruby's mum ordered about 8 pizzas. It was crazy. Uh, but I felt too awkward to have any, so I didn't. I just stood there drinking. Um, in this one night, I had 4 cans of cider, and I've been meaning to ask Ruby what were they, because there was one that tasted immaculate, but only one. Like, I feel like I have 3 of the same ones, and then I just picked up one that wasn't the same. But yeah. And then Lily, my friend, our friend, everyone's friend, she also came. Uh, I didn't know she was coming. I don't know if anyone knew she was coming, in fairness. But she came, and it was great. So then after that, we started to play this Among Us type game, which was themed on Criminal Minds. I got voted out first, even though I was innocent, and everyone ganged up on me the whole time. Uh, I don't know, I was just kind of sat there. It was okay. It was kind of funny, but I wasn't the bad person, so that was fun. Um, then we moved on to another game, which was the imposter word game, and I got the imposter at one point, and I lost. I think, maybe, who knows? And then at some point everyone was dancing. This is where things just fell out of my memory. I know people went outside on the trampoline at some point. I know I was stood in the kitchen just minding my own business for like 10 minutes. Uh but like I remember everyone was dancing, but I was not. I'm not a dancey person. So I went and just sat with Soph. Soph was drunk. Uh So I just went and sat down with her, and I was sat at the snack table, because no one had really ate any of the snacks they had out. So I was just like, well, this is as good a chance as any. So I just kind of sat there and just ate whilst watching everyone pop off. Um, and that was all right. That was cool. And then people started to leave. Kim, India, Lily, they all left at some point, and then everyone else, we all were just sat down. Apart from me, I was stood up, kind of just like in front of Ruby and everyone. I was just kicking a balloon around, and we were just talking about things. And it was just a general conversation with everyone. But it was nice, and I somehow me and Ruby got into the conversation about how I'm a better person than I was 3 years ago. That was an interesting one. Uh, but certified, I am a better person than I was 3 years ago. So I'm glad I have that going for me. Um, I don't know what changed in 3 years. What did change in 3 years? I don't know. But in fairness, before year 9, I was the worst person you could know. And then I got better. And then apparently I've gotten even better. So, who knows? But we were all sat down and talking. It was really nice. And it was lovely, in fairness. But then Soph and Layla left. And I still had a little bit of time before I got picked up. So we just started packing everything away. I packed some games away. I put stuff in the bin. Uh, Ruby had me finish like 2 cans of alcohol, and that was okay. Uh, but I helped to clean, and then I got picked up, and and now I'm about to sneeze. Oh, bless me. Thank you. Thank you. I know. I'm okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I got picked up and it was nice. That was that. It was a really good night. I really enjoyed it, apart from feeling really bad at some points. Um, but what are we gonna do? I did struggle to get the face paint off when I got home, but it was still really good. That face paint made my acne about 10 times worse. Like, I woke up the next day and it was just, oh, and it's like, fuck, fuck. But I fixed it. I fixed it. I've still got like a few issues, but all in all, at least it's not everywhere anymore. So I have, I think I've figured the acne stuff out. In fairness, I know how to deal with it. I know how to get rid of it pretty well, and I know how to maintain a semi acne free face. Yay! So that was nice. And then on Wednesday, we go back. I had another boring day because at this point I have nothing to look forward to. Halloween party was all I was interested in. That was it. And then Thursday, I had another boring day. Then on Friday, Halloween, spooky day, woohoo! I did nothing related to Halloween, but I reignited my interest in Mortal Kombat. Yes, I've reinstalled X and 11, and I'm really enjoying playing them again. And my spark is just fully back, and all I can think about and want to do now is play Mortal Kombat. And it's like, hell yes. So, I'm probably going to keep this going, and I'm excited to keep this going, and I'll get to that later. Ha ha ha. Um, and then Saturday, yesterday, by the time I'm recording this, nothing really interesting happened, but someone I know got a girlfriend, and it's crazy to me. So pretty much, I have, I have a friend. He was the head boy of my high school. Old friend I had, stopped being friends. Then we kind of came back together because I was a prefect, so technically he was my boss. Um, so we kind of came together. We still speak, but he's just a looming figure in my life. But I've been talking to this girl called Dottie, and she's really cool, but I haven't really mentioned her in any of the notes that came before. I started speaking to her on Tuesday because she was meant to be going to Ruby's party, but then didn't. Whoops. But she goes to sixth form, and she's friends with Cameron Stewart and Aaron. And she's just a cool guy, and we've been talking for a little bit and just getting to know each other because I think she's cool. She thinks I'm like a cool teenage boy. We've had a conversation about how we're both scared of teenage boys. I know I am one, but they are fucking terrifying. Uh, but yeah, but we were talking about something. We were talking about college clubs. I know what we were talking about. And I opened his snap just expecting it to be a continuation of the conversation. But I opened it, and in fairness, the first part was, and then the second part, it was the most panicked caption I've ever seen. It was like, um, Aaron has gotten with my best friend when they've only known each other for 3 days and have never met in real life. And I was flabbergasted. I knew she was friends with Aaron, but oh my god, what the fuck? So that was interesting. Who knows? Who knows? But that was that. And then today, I have only really spoken to Dottie. Um, so we've spoken about football. She supports Port Vale, but I'm not big on football, but my family supports Stoke, so I support Stoke. So we've been talking about that because obviously they are two completely opposite sides of the spectrum. They are rivals, apparently. But that was funny. But I was talking to her about like, oh yeah, but like my dad is with um a woman who supports Port Vale, so I don't think he hates them really. Yeah. And then we spoke about more stuff, and it's just been very fun. She's a cool guy. She's cool. Um, that's pretty much the week. Notice how I got through that in 18 minutes. That's how interesting my week has been. So, yeah, it's not been that interesting, but now it's time for your rants. And we love the rants, don't we? Sometimes. Depends. I mean, pretty much. First one, I've got two for you. I planned two rants. What I planned, I just have tiny little notes. It's like note, 2 words, just so it's like psychology says cued memory exists. Uh, so pretty much, your memory is you've always got the memory of something. I've got a psychology assessment on Thursday. I should have been revising. I haven't, so that's why I don't know how to explain this. But memory is always present, but it's not always accessible. Uh, I forgot who said this, what the person was, who the person was, but they were like, uh, you can access the memory if the cue that was present at the time of learning is there at the time of recall. So, that's why. So, pretty much, they did an experiment. Might have been Tolvin and Pearlstone. I might be wrong about that. But they got people to learn a word list on a beach, and then okay, just we need to stop. But cues, they matter. So the idea is this the cue, this is the cue, and it'll help me access the memory of what I want to talk about. Or in simple terms, it's just what I want to fucking talk about, and I get to yap about it. So I'm so boned for that psychology exam. I'm being kicked off the course, dude. Well, in fairness, I probably aren't, because I am pretty good at psychology usually. And like what that study says, when we're doing that assessment in the classroom, you are more likely to be able to recall something if the environment around you or in your head is the same as when you learnt it. So pretty much, that's why exams are unreliable, because the external environment, that context dependent failure, pretty much. If you learn something in a classroom and then have an exam in a classroom, you're more likely to recall the information because they're the same environment. But then in exams, you learn the information in a classroom, but then have to recall it in a whole different space in an exam hall. It's unreliable. It's bad. Your recall sucks because the environment is different, and therefore the context in which the information was learnt is switched, and so it's bad. Ooh, which means even though you might know what it is, you can't access it. Yeah. But since I'm doing this assessment in my classroom, which is where I learned the info, I'm more likely to be able to recall the information because that's where I learnt it. Boom. So, yeah, I have high hopes. I'm so full. Okay, so pretty much rant that isn't about psychology. So pretty much I'm making cool things. I know I talked was it last time that I talked about how I wanted to do creative something, or was that week 2? Or was that week 1? That might have been the first one, you know. But I figured out what I'm doing. YouTube. I already said that, I'm pretty sure. But I'm making cool things. I've figured things out. So pretty much I've got so many ideas. So pretty much Mortal Kombat, I'm going to be doing videos about it. I'm going to be doing like weekly videos, doing towers. Probably short videos, just editing it however I want, and just having that as a thing. But it's going to be a thing that I do. And that's going to be something that happens. It's going to be both X and 11. And I'm going to be doing endless towers with each character. I'm going to be doing just a tower on each difficulty with every character. For both games. So, that's cool. And, MK11 has so much stuff to do. I could just realistically do whatever I want. I'm gonna burp. No, I'm not. Doesn't want to come out. No, I'm okay. So, yeah. Mortal Kombat, that's coming. Then I want to do album reviews, which I'm pretty sure I've mentioned at some point, but I'm working on the 21 Pilots Blurryface one. It's going well. I'm about to start writing the script. Probably tomorrow. I'll probably get up to Tearing My Heart tomorrow. Just get all of that done. There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay, you just had to let it build for a few seconds. Uh, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. Um, but I'm doing album reviews, and then after Blurryface, we're having a 2 week gap because I need time to do all of that. Then we're going to do Trench, then we're going to do Scaled and Icy, then Clancy, then Breach, then Vessel, then I'm going to make a video about the 21 Pilots lore, then I'm going to make a video about ranking their music videos, ranking their albums, and then ranking their songs, and then that will probably take me all the way into like February. Oh, a lot of work is going to be done, but I'm excited for it. And then game reviews, they're going to be a bit different. I'm going to, for every, okay, so pretty much, okay, it makes more sense to do it like this. So I'm doing a book review as well, because I have a lot of books I've never read, but I want to read. So I've decided, like, yeah, you know, yeah, like, stop making fun of me. I've decided to just do um a video on a book. Just so we're gonna do 1, 2 music reviews. Then after the second one, we're gonna do a book review, and then we're gonna do 1, 2 music reviews, and then another book review. Then we're gonna do 1, 2 music reviews, and then instead of a book review, we're gonna do a game review. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You know what? Correction. We're doing a book review. So we'll do 1, 2 game. Okay. Music, music, book. Music, music, book. Music, music, game. Yeah. And there's a lot of games I want to review, mostly horror games. So I want to do like Bending the Ink Machine because that's such an interesting game when you get down to it. Bending the Dark Revival, even better than the first game. I fucking love it. It's like if you like fully tenfold, go tenfold on the horror. uh, but that's what I want to do. I want to talk about games I like. That gives me the chance to. Uh, I'm gonna have a drink. And then every 2 game reviews. So I'm going to do 1, 2 game reviews, but then when it's time for the third one, instead of doing a game review, I'm going to do a film review because that's something I like doing now because of film, and I have to do that anyway. Except it might not be film, it might be anime. Or just a TV show. There's a lot of stuff I could do. Yeah, like that's the idea. But then in between all of that, because obviously there's big gaps in between those types of videos, I'm going to be playing games, just like horror games, Roblox, just random stuff. I have a big list of games to play. It'll take me like 5 years to get through it all. Probably not even that. Like, I could probably be working through this list for 10 years. It's kind of wild. I have a lot of stuff to do. And that includes Minecraft. I've always wanted to do a big Minecraft series, but I think what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna do a Minecraft video every like 2 weeks, because yeah. But I have so many ideas and I'm excited. And I figured out the secret to doing all of these things because I've had these ideas for forever, but I've always just failed. But the secret to it is actually just giving myself time to do things. With the other times I've had these plans and it fell flat, it's because I was trying to do so many things all at once that it just completely fell through. Um, and I got overwhelmed. I got burnt out before even finishing the first thing. Hell yeah. So, pardon me. I'm sorry. Uh, but now that I'm just giving it time, I have time to breathe, to do things. Uh, so I at that point I just wanted to get a bunch of stuff done and do as much as I can in such a small amount of time. And I still do want to do a bunch of stuff. All I want to do, I'm very aware that I'm not gonna be here forever. And it sounds stupid because I'm 16, but I am so scared of death. And the idea that, like, you never know when you're gonna die. I could die tomorrow. I could get stabbed. I could get hit by a car. You know, I want to do a bunch of shit with my life. Just so I can say it's not a waste. Because I feel like if I die now, like if I just collapse right now, it would have all been a waste. I don't want to be a waste. So I just want to do so much with myself. Uh, but it needs time to happen. That's what I figured out. So now the idea is I'd rather get these done slowly than not getting them done at all. And if all goes well, I'll have an actual healthy YouTube channel with content coming pretty regularly. And it's probably not going to be the craziest best content ever, but as long as it's stuff that I enjoy and I'm happy with, then it's good. So I'm excited for it. And hopefully it's going to start soon. I know this week it does start. I'm pretty sure it starts on Friday. I'm posting a game play. I need to record it, but I'm recording myself playing a game, as you do. But yeah, yes. So I'm doing that, and then on Sunday I'm posting a vlog because on Friday, this has fully snuck up on me, I'm going to see Palais Royale in concert again. Fully snuck up on me. Like, I knew it was happening, but my perception of time has been so fucked. So, when November came around and I checked my countdowns and I saw seeing Palais Royale in concert 5 days. I was just kind of sat there and it's like, what? um, so that's wild. And I've decided whenever I do concerts now, I want to vlog it and I want to post it so I can actually look back. Because I'm going to be honest, I've been to 3 concerts. Most of my videos haven't survived. So now at least I have a place to put it, and you're going to see a day in the life. A day in the life, guys. But that's exciting. That's cool. And I'm excited for it. It's going to be an interesting thing to do. But that's happening, and then I'm pretty sure that's when I'm going to be the swing of things. I'm going to have things going. I'm going to have things going on in the back. So hopefully it's going to all go well. I hope so. Hell yeah. But second rant. Alright, I'm done with that one. I'm making an album. I know we spoke last time when we talked about creative things. I know I was on about like, oh, I want to do music, but I know I can't. It's kind of a lie. Kind of. But it's also just me doubting myself really bad. So I'm in a band. It's like a joke band. It's called The Autists. We made it in November 2023. And then we released our first album in 2024 in August 21st. I remember that. and it wasn't actual music. It was mostly just me sat there talking. And we built it up as like, oh guys, we made an album. Me and my friend Eddie. But then it came out, and everyone was like, well, that's a bit shit. We were excited. But that was the point. I just wanted it to be a joke. But then since then we decided, yeah, we can't just do that again. It's boring. So let's make actual music. And we've been the initial idea for the band was like, okay, so we're going to make an album every single year until we get bored of it in like college or something. We are about a year on from that first album, and we are still making the second album. Uh, we've actually turned up like an actual band and having like a big gap in between albums, which I find fucking hilarious because we plan to just be releasing stuff until either we got bored or everyone else got bored of it. But now that we've actually got ideas and want to do cool things with it, it takes time, and that's been a very valuable thing I've learned over the past few months, obviously, is things take time. Can't expect everything to happen all at once. So, is that a bald spot or is that just for light? It's just for light, it's okay. But it's funny though, but it's good. I'm really proud with what we're doing. And well, in fact, in honesty, it is just me. I don't think Eddie cares anymore. I think he gave up on it after the first album. He's not really big on it anymore, and it has just been me making stuff. So I do say me because I would love to be in an actual band. But yeah, I just work on this alone. It's a bit sad, I guess, but it's okay. I have cool ideas and I have cool concepts, and I'm just working on things slowly. This album's not going to come out until like September next year, and I am fully aware of that. Um, I have like this idea that I'm going to do and then make, and then I'm going to be in year 2 of college, and then before university, I want to make another thing that I have an idea of. And then that'll probably be the end of the band. I probably won't do anything else because then I need to go to uni and actually do adult things. I'm an adult next year. That's not nice. It's my birthday. My birthday is uncomfortably close. It's not good. It's not good. But it's okay. So I think I'm done, guys. My phone's about to run out of battery. That kind of came at a good time. But I hope you guys had a good day, night, evening. And I hope you have a good day, night, evening, whatever you're having. And goodbye.